Monday Night Football, the Cleveland Browns are in Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. My favorite player prop, game pick, same game parlay is on the way. What's going on? My name's Austin from Calling Our Shot. Let's dominate tonight. However, if you want to go check out my other Monday Night Football games, because we got two picks, we got two games, we'll take it. We have another video for the Saints and Panthers game posted right before this one. I'll link it at the end of this one. Go check it out. We got another player prop, game pick, and same game parlay. Feels like I'm saying the same thing if you watch that video. Almost got the same script going on. But either way, it's been a massive Sunday so far for us. Hopefully we continue that going into Monday, because you look at the picks, we do really well. A player prop sweep going 4-0. We've been 1-1 on game picks, and I talked about this in the previous video on that other Saints Panthers video. We are technically pending Patriots +3. Not looking great, but hopefully they can pull it off, come back with a miracle winner. But either way, a 5-2 week, we'll take that, and we'll obviously update the record going into the next week's video. But hopefully, regardless, a very good Sunday. Let's continue that momentum. If you are new, hit that subscribe button, drop a like down below. And if you haven't signed up for DraftKings, my same game parlay in this video has great, much better odds on DraftKings than it does on FanDuel. Just telling you that. You actually, I don't even know if you can place it on FanDuel because they don't let you do receptions in the same game parlay. But DraftKings has a great offer. If they've improved their offer from not only giving you $200 in bonus bets, you also get up to $150 in no sweat bets on the NFL. Take advantage of it. All the details are down below in the description. Go sign up. It helps support the channel if you use our links. Also, it helps you guys. You'll get those free bets and bonus bets. Take advantage of it. All details down below. But you guys came here for some NFL picks. We're diving into them. We got a player prop first, then we'll talk game pick, then we'll talk same game parlay, dart throw. Let's dive into the game prop or the game player prop. I'm going to play a man by the name of Najee Harris, Mr. Najee Harris of the Pittsburgh Steelers, over 13.5 rushing attempts, +100 on DraftKings. You can give me plus money, give it to me. I'll play this probably up to -120. Really don't think this line changes to 14.5. I'd be very surprised. If somehow get 12.5, take it there, but it should not go down. I think 13.5 is a good spot. And now I was between either rushing attempts and rushing yards. Now there's always, they kind of go hand in hand, obviously, but I think there's easier pathway to victory with rushing attempts than with rushing yards. Now, obviously, if Najee Harris is running really well, he's going to obviously hit his over in rushing yards more likely than not. And there's probably a good chance that they're also feeding him the rock if he's running the ball well. However, there is a chance, just like we saw with Kenneth Walker on Sunday, where maybe the guy's just not being efficient. I mean, Kenneth Walker had 10 rushing attempts, 13 yards in the first half, but that is a chance where the rushing attempts will hit and the rushing yards does not. I feel like there's more likely a chance that both of them hit if they do hit, but there's also a good chance that maybe one hits and one doesn't. And I think the better chance is going to be on that rushing attempt side. And we've seen in this matchup before, Najee Harris has done well against the Browns in his career. Look at the attempts: 26, 28, 15, and 23 going over in all four career games versus the Cleveland Browns. And hopefully that continues on Monday Night Football, but I really do think that they're going to have to feed the rock. We saw last week anything that could have gone wrong. I feel like I say this for a lot of teams, did go wrong for the Steelers as they went first 5 drives, 3 and out. Yeah, they got smoked those first 5 drives. When they came back out for their 6th drive, they're already down 20-0, already nuking basically any rushing attempt line that you might have taken. He only saw 6 rushing attempts in that game. His teammate Jalen Warren only saw 3, but Najee did run well, 5.2 yards per carry against a very stout 49ers defense, and they obviously improved their offensive line this offseason, so I expect them to try to get back to running the football. Look, if Mike Tomlin is not a stupid head coach, he's a run-first guy, he's a hard-nosed guy, and if Kenny Pickett's out there throwing 46 times, that's probably not what Mike Tomlin would like to see on Monday night. That's just not the recipe for success which Steelers football has had, not just this year or the past 2 decades with Mike Tomlin as head coach. I anticipate them getting back to running the football early. We even saw we saw the 49ers players talking about, please get a first down, but the Steelers were like, no, we're not getting a first down last week, but I expect them to get back to it. We see Najee normally 13.5 attempts is a very low line for him. In 2022, Najee 14 plus rush attempts, 12 of 17 games in his career. In fact, he's only gone back-to-back games once in his career without 14 or more rushing attempts. That was back in week 10, I believe, is his rookie season. This is obviously his 3rd year. He did not do it once last year in 2022. Jalen Warren will get his touches, but Najee is the leader of this backfield. Last week, the Browns smoked the Bengals, but we still saw Joe Mixon of the Bengals, their running back, at 13 carries. So I really do think this game's going to be close. I think we see a close game down on the wire. Najee should be able to get rush attempts not only in the first quarter, second, third, but also the fourth quarter. If they are leading, we'll see even more rush attempts. I really do think he's going to have a good game. We'll take Najee Harris. Give me his over 13.5 rushing attempts. Like I said, I don't mind his rushing yards. I just think the attempts is a little bit safer in this one, considering how stout this Browns defense normally is. So give me Najee Harris is over in rush attempts. Then for my game pick, hopefully these guys go hand in hand, and hopefully this team's winning because I'm taking the Steelers +2.5. Sure, you can take them on the money line, but I like them rather in this +2.5 spot. Last week, we took the Browns, who they obviously would play in. This week, we're going to fade them, and I think this is a great spot to back the Steelers. Yeah, they got smoked in week 1. Sure, lost 30-7, but I think this is an overcorrection of that line. I bet you the Steelers were favored prior to what happened in week 1, and I think everyone's going to come out here and say, you know what? Maybe I'll be fading the Steelers. I saw what they looked like last week. A lot of people were on the Steelers last week against the 49ers. They looked like fools. don't think they're running it back with them. And I think this is a good spot for the Steelers, who have absolutely owned the Browns. In fact, the Browns have lost 19 straight regular season games in Pittsburgh. Steelers also been a great home dog under Mike Tomlin, 16-5-3 against the spread. One of those 5 losses was last week when they were a home dog against the 49ers. Look, I just trust Mike Tomlin, trust him as a head coach, and I really think he'll get his team fired up. They don't want to lose back-to-back games at home to start their year. That's not how you want to get started as a team that has, playoff aspirations here. Tomlin has had the Browns number. Now, it doesn't matter who he has at QB. He still had the Browns number, especially in Pittsburgh. I think that we'll have a good chance here. I think people overreact to 2 things. 1, a team getting blown out in week 1, and 2, a team blowing out another one. You have that identical, matchup here. We saw teams, here's a stat for you. Teams who lost by 17 or more playing a team that won by 17 or more the previous week, 107, 73, and 4 against the spread, a 59% win rate over the last 20 seasons. So I think that we find one that matches that exact scenario where we saw the Browns win by 17 or more, Steelers lose by 17 or more. I think people are overreacting to 1 week. So I love the Browns last week, but I think they obviously had a little bit of added ammunition with Jamar Chase calling them elves, so you add that to play into it. But I think the Steelers is the right side to be on Monday night. You can go money line, but this feels like a lower scoring game with the over/under, 38 or so. It feels like a lower scoring game. Could see some field goals play a role in here. Maybe we see a final score like 21-20. Maybe the Browns squeak away with a victory, which I haven't been able to do in Pittsburgh in a while. Either way, I like taking the +2.5 for a little bit of safety, but I don't mind the money line either. I think that's a good spot. But finally, you guys came here for a same game parlay. This one's coming in at +600 on DraftKings, who we talked about at the beginning of the show. I think you can play it there. Let's talk about these ones. Najee Harris, anytime touchdown. Najee Harris, 50+ rushing yards, and the under 48.5, which is an alt total. And Alvin Austin the second, love his first name. His second name, 2+ receptions. I don't know what's going on. Calvin Austin, obviously, not a guy that I expected to be in this parlay, but I like it. +600. Najee Harris, we already talked about his rush attempts. I might as well throw in the rush yards there. And I also like his anytime touchdown, which he's had a touchdown all 4 career games versus the Browns. Hopefully he continues that. Calvin Austin saw 6 receptions last week. He's that, short range guy that they're kind of trying to get the ball in his hands to do things with. So I like this one. +600. You can get rid of Calvin Austin the third if you want to, if maybe you're on FanDuel or something like that. But I think he's getting 2 receptions at least. They might not go for a lot of yards, but I think he gets those touches. So either way, I like this one. +600. I think he's got a shot. And hopefully we have a great day in this one. Hopefully our Saints and Panthers video dominates, and hopefully we can continue and really finish off week 2 with a great night. And I think we certainly will get just that. But a reminder, if you want to sign up for DraftKings, all those details down below in the description. Take advantage of that. Let's go Najee Harris. Let's go Steelers. And if you want to check out my favorite picks in the Saints and Panthers game, that video's popped up on the screen. Definitely go check it out. I really do like the ones we got there. We have an under. I know you guys don't like unders, but we got an under there. We also have another spread pick in our same game parlay in that one, +1,200 odds on FanDuel. I think it's going to smack. But let's have a great Monday night. I'll be back again next week. We'll have some more videos. If you'll see me in my MLB videos as well. Appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. Don't lose hope. We're going to have a great NFL season. So if you're just hopping in, now's the time. Let's dominate the next, 16 weeks, including the playoffs. And I'll see you guys back again tomorrow with some more picks. Let's have a great one. Saints, Panthers, go check it out. I'm Austin, signing out. Peace.